Hello everyone, welcome back. We've got another news video here to discuss. Looking at some signings that have happened over the past couple of days, some injury updates, and we're looking at 5 bold predictions I have for the offseason with teams around the Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, LA Kings, Vegas Golden Knights, Ottawa Senators, and we'll go to all that coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Inside Talk Show. Now before we get in this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you for all of your support. I'm never able to with you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below discussing all discussed in today's video. Now, we're going to start today's video off by discussing a couple of signings that have happened from over the past couple of days. Lots of interesting signings that happened over the past few days. We're going to start with the Carolina Hurricanes. As they say, goaltender Spencer Martin, who they claimed off of waivers, has actually been really good as like a third-string goaltender for them, to a 1-year contract extension with the AAV of $775,000 to remain the third stringer in Carolina. Now, I expect them, if they don't make any more goaltending moves, to probably run with Anderson and Kochetkov next year at the NHL level and have Martin be the third stringer. I don't think they're bringing back Granta next year, so that's a pretty good move there for the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, Martin hasn't done fantastic, but he has actually done quite well. I mean, last year he had an .871 save percentage in 29 games with the Vancouver Canucks. This year, it's actually done quite well in 13 games with Columbus before being claimed off of waivers. He had a 3.65 GAA and an 887 save percentage, but so far in 5 games with the Carolina Hurricanes this year has a 1.97 GAA and a 922 save percentage. So that's fantastic numbers with Carolina. I mean, he's looked fantastic as a Carolina Hurricane, so keeping him as their third stringer I don't think is any surprise. It's 1 year too, and it's only at league minimum. So given that fact, I mean, I think Carolina comes out really good here, given the fact that they're able to get a solid third-string goaltender for league minimum. So pretty good sign there for the Canes. And now Martin's not going to be going to free agency, but he's going to remain with the Carolina Hurricanes. The Edmonton Oilers signed undrafted goaltending prospect Connor Unger to a 2-year ELC with the AAV of $860,000, and they'll begin the start of next year. So that's a pretty good addition there for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, so far this year, playing over in the Youth Sports League, put up 26 games, has a 2.15 GAA and a 932 save percentage, so that's a pretty good last year playing the WHL, putting up a 925 save percentage and 2.58 GAA in 38 games, so he looks pretty good. He could eventually maybe be like something like a backup for the Oilers. He might not amount to anything, but still, it's a pretty good sign there for the Oilers to get a young goalie prospect. Then the Minnesota Wild signed 2023 second round pick Rasmus Kumplainen, who's a center, to a 3-year ELC with the AAV of $898,000, and they'll get a start of next year. So that's a pretty good move there for the Wild. I mean, Kumplainen last year in his draft year played over in Finland with the Pelicans U20s team, putting up 11 goals and 34 points in 41 games. This year he's been playing over in the OHL, put up 28 goals and 55 points in 56 games, so nearly a point per game. I mean, he looks like a fantastic player. Could eventually be a solid second or third line center for that Minnesota Wild team. So signing him to a 3-year LLC is really good, and hopefully he was able to make the most of his opportunity in the next couple of years. So really good signing there for the Wild. And then undrafted left winger Sam Morton signs a 1-year ELC with the Calgary Flames with an AAV of $950,000. That'll begin at the start of next year. That's a pretty good sign there for the Flames. I mean, Morton's been playing over in the NCAA over the past couple of years. Last year only got to 10 games, putting up 6 goals and 8 points, but this year's gone into 37 games, putting up 24 goals and 34 points, so he's nearly a point per game over in the NCAA. It's a pretty good accomplishment there for Morton, so this should be a really good sign there for the Calgary Flames to get another solid left-wing prospect in their system. So lots of interesting signings there. So the Flames sent an undrafted left winger to a 1-year ELC. The Oilers sent an undrafted goalie prospect to a 2-year ELC. The Wild sent a second-round pick from last year's draft to a 3-year ELC. And the Carolina Hurricanes re-signed goaltender Spencer Martin. So lots of interesting signings there from over the past couple of days. Going over to a quick look here at the injury update from the past few days. No waiver updates from the past few days. Still, the last one was John Gruden back last week. So lots of interesting stuff there. Going over to a quick look here at the injury update from the past couple of days. Ryan Lindgren has a lower body injury. He's going to be out for an unknown period of time, so that's a bad blow there for New York Rangers. Teuvo Teravainen has upper body injuries, out day-to-day for the Hurricanes, so that's a bad blow. Hayden Fleury has an undisclosed injury, out day-to-day for the Bolts, so that's a bad blow. But we saw a ton of players get back into game action. All these guys have been cleared playing, have either gone back into game action or will in the not too distant future. That is Evan Rodriguez and Sam Bennett in Florida. That is Jonathan Drouin and Zach Parise in Colorado. Guerrier and Kuzmenko in Calgary. Myers in Vancouver. Oshie in Washington. Carl Karlsson in Anaheim, Marino in New Jersey, Martinez in Vegas, and Chabot and Hamonic in Ottawa. So lots of interesting stuff there. And then we also saw a couple of other guys get injured, including Jeremy Lauzon on Nashville's blue line, who has a lower body injury, is going to be out week to week. Jake Wallman, who has a lower body injury, is out day to day for Detroit. And then Nolan Foote has an undisclosed injury, out for an unknown period of time. And John Marino has been re-injured. He's going to be out for a day to day period of time with upper body injury. So bad blows there for the Devils to lose guys like Marino, the Rangers to lose a guy like Lindgren, and the Red Wings to lose a guy like Jake Wallman. But good to see guys like Chabot back for Ottawa, Myers back for Vancouver, Kuzmenko back for Calgary, and also Bennett back for Florida. Good to see those guys get back, and hopefully the other guys are able to get back in the game action, not just in future. So lots of interesting injury updates from the past couple of days. So those are the only injury updates we have over the past couple of days. And lastly here, going over to a couple of quick bold predictions I have for this year's offseason. Now, I know some people might disagree with it, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this down in the comment section below. But I have a couple of bold predictions I have. I'm probably going to do a couple more of these types of videos with the rumors sort of very low right now, with the fact that we're just heading towards the playoffs and we're still quite a ways away from the off season. I'm going to do a couple of bold prediction videos when some of the rumors are slow. So at this point in time, I'm going to give you some of my predictions for the off season. So here's a couple of them. First, Steven Stamkos will not be a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning come the offseason. Now, I know this might be a little bit surprising to some people. I know the Bolts technically do have the space to sign Stamkos, but I think with the fact they haven't signed him yet, with the fact that he really wanted to sign with them and they didn't want to sign him, they're going to walk away from him, and Stamkos will be wearing new colors at the beginning of next year. Now, I'm not exactly sure which team he'll sign with. I could see Florida, Toronto, Boston. Those guys have been linked. New York. I do wonder about teams like Dallas. I wonder about Colorado. I wonder about Vegas. I wonder if he does go west. I wonder if he goes to maybe a lower end team like a Buffalo or a Ottawa or something like an up and coming team. So I don't know exactly where he will go. My bold prediction here is that Stamkos will no longer be a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning come the start of next year, and he'll be wearing new colors. So I don't know exactly what he'll do, but I think he'll probably sign like a 3 to 4 year deal with the AV of somewhere between $8 and $9 million to be a solid top six winger somewhere else. He can be a very good power play specialist, a very good top six forward. He can play center, he can play wing. I think the Bolts will regret moving on from him, but I do think they will move on from him. So that's my first bold prediction. Stamkos will be wearing new colors come the new season. My second bold prediction is on July 1st, when teams are able to sign players who are a year out to new contract extensions, John Tavares will sign a 3-year extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs with an AV of $6.75 million to remain the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I think this is a very fantastic signing there for the Leafs if it does happen. Tavares is a really good captain. He's a really good second line center. If they're able to get him on an extension for $4.25 million cheaper than what he's making right now, I think that'll be a massive win there for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'm not going to say it's a guarantee he does that, especially on July 1st, but that's my bold prediction here, is that on July 1st, Tavares has a 3-year extension with the AV of $6.75 million to remain with the Toronto Maple Leafs and sort of give them a little bit more cap relief and sort of give him a contract, give him what his value is at this point in time. So really good sign there if that is true and that does happen, but that's my second bold prediction. My third bold prediction is one that's a little bit out there, but it's something I think could happen, and that is that Nic Hague is going to be traded by the Vegas Golden Knights to make enough cap space to sign Jonathan Marchessault. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who don't think Marchessault will be able to be signed by the Vegas Golden Knights. There's a lot of talk that Hanford will sign like something like an 8-year extension with an AV of $7 million to stay with Vegas. Now, I do think they will try and either find a way to offload Leonard, or he'll go back in long-term injury reserve next year. I'm not exactly sure what will happen with Leonard, but I don't see Leonard being a goaltender for Vegas Golden Knights next year, so he'll either remain on injury reserve or he'll be traded at some point. So I don't see Leonard being a member of that team. If you move off Leonard, they have about $14 million in cap space. You sign Hanifin, you have about $7-8 million in cap space. If they could sign Marchessault to around like a $5.5 million deal for the next like 3-4 seasons, I think they could definitely extend him. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who think Marchessault won't be extended, but given the fact that this team keeps around some of their pieces and makes unwanted moves, I do think they will find some way to keep Marchessault, given the fact he's also the Conn Smythe winner from last year. But they would have to make a sacrifice, and I think that'll be on the blue line with Nic Hague. Now, I don't expect Martinez to be back next year anyways, but Hague will be an interesting one. Hague's been probably the best prospect they've drafted and developed. He was their second-round pick in their inaugural draft. He has been a fantastic third-pair left shot defenseman, but he'll be a year away from being a restricted free agent. Will need a raise, and given that fact, I think they'll be open to moving him. I think they would move him to a team where they could maybe get like a cheaper defenseman, or they'll be willing to move a guy like Korczak or Cormier into a regular left shot defensive third-pair role and sort of move on from Nic Hague. Now, I'm not sure if that would be the right move for them, but in order to sign Jonathan Marchessault and give them enough space to make a cap-compliant roster, I do think they would be willing to move Nic Hague. So that's my third bold prediction, is that Nic Hague is on a new team come the new year, and that Jonathan Marchessault does stay with the Vegas Golden Knights. So that's my third bold prediction. My fourth bold prediction revolves around the LA Kings and the fact that one of Danault or Dubois will be moved in the new season. Now, I'm not exactly sure which one of these two will be moved, but at this point in time, you have a really good center group. You have Andrei Kopitar, you have Philip Danault, you have Pierre-Luc Dubois. Those are three extremely good centers. But with the way Quinn Byfield's playing right now, and Alex Turcotte, who he's come up and actually fit in quite well, both those guys can play wing, but are most likely going to be centers long term. So moving one of those guys and having Byfield or Turcotte play second or third line center roles, I don't think would be over out of the question. I think if they were to move a center to add a goaltender, I think they would, because if you look at the teams who are in market to move a goaltender, a starting level goaltender, who are those teams? Besides Anaheim, who I think will be looking for more of a futures-based package, the Calgary Flames with Markstrom, who are looking for some more pieces so that they can go through a quick retool. They are the Boston Bruins, who are looking to move Linus Ullmark and sort of improve in that center position. And they are the Nashville Predators, who are looking to try and improve their forward group. And they may be looking for a little more of a futures package too, but they also don't have an overly great center group. So if you look at that, if they're looking to try and acquire Saros, if they're looking to try and acquire Markstrom, if they're looking to try and acquire Ullmark, they could move a center like a Dubois or Danault as the basis of a package to try to pry one of those guys out of Boston, Nashville, or Calgary. So I'm not saying it's a guarantee that would happen, but I think Danault or Dubois, one of them will be moved in this year's offseason. So that's my fourth bold prediction. And my fifth and final bold prediction here is that the Ottawa Senators go all in and acquire Linus Ullmark from the Boston Bruins. Now, they would have to have a huge package, and I think they would be able to. They have a couple of decent prospects that I think they'll be willing to part with. My basis of a package would be a first-round pick this year, the Boston Bruins pick that they have right now. They flipped back to Boston. They flipped them a third-round pick in 2025. They flipped them Tyler Boucher. They flipped them Lassie Thompson, as well as goaltender Anton Forsberg, who will be entering the final year of his deal. Now, that might be a package that I think the Boston Bruins will be open to listening to. I mean, they get a solid prospect who could be a solid top 9 forward in Boucher. They get a solid defensive prospect who could eventually be a solid third-pair defenseman in Thompson. They would get a solid first-round pick who they could either flip to try and improve their team elsewhere, or they'd be able to use it to draft someone. They get a third-round pick who's more draft capital for them, and they get Anton Forsberg, who could definitely be a solid 1B goaltender for Swayman next year. So though it would probably be the basis of a package, there might be a little bit more that the Senators will need to put in order to make it work, but I think that'll be a basis of a package that'll be good enough for the Ottawa Senators to get Linus Ullmark. And if they're able to get Ullmark, you have a tandem of Ullmark and Korpisalo for next year, would be a fantastic tandem for Ottawa. I think that would be the backbone of what they would need to do to try and get back into the playoffs mix next year. So in my opinion, those are my 5 bold predictions in this video that I'm making right now. 1, Stamkos is in new colors come the new season next year. 2, Tavares has a 3-year, $6.75 million extension on July 1st. 3, Hague is moved out by Vegas in order for them to make the necessary need to sign Jonathan Marchessault to like a $5.5 million AAV deal. LA moves one of Danault or Dubois in the offseason to try and improve their goaltender depth, and they're able to slot either Byfield or Turcotte into a second or third line center role. And Ottawa goes all in to try and acquire Linus Ullmark from the Boston Bruins. Those are my 5 bold predictions for this upcoming offseason. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think about these 5 bold predictions. Do you think any of them could happen? Do you think we could see Kings move Danault or Dubois? Do you think Ottawa goes all in for Ullmark? Do you think that the Golden Knights could move Nic Hague to sign Marchessault? Do you think that the Leafs could sign Tavares on July 1st? And do you think that Stamkos will be wearing new colors come the new season? Definitely. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts on what you think about these 5 bold predictions. Remember, these are not out there or anything. These are just my predictions. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. Plus, what do you think about the injury updates and the signs from the past few days? Definitely. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. So I'm going to talk for today. I'm going to like this video. If you're like to subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support. I know it's of you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below discussing all discussed in today's video. I also have a blog talking about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So if you check that out, I'll leave a link down in the description below. And kind of see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.